Hi guys, so welcome back guys, welcome back to ProForex101 guys. So today guys, we are going to be talking about a topic that I'm very passionate about. Basically through my Forex journey guys, I made this connection that I'm going to talk to you about. It really helped me out in my trading, in the sense it opened up a lot of doors. Because at the end of the day, I found out that everything is linked by a mathematical code. So anyway, so let's get into it and see what I mean, guys. So okay guys, so remember when we were back in uni or in school, if you had taken any science papers, okay, we were taught a lot of formulas, right? Like for instance, and then there was so many formulas for different aspects in different fields, right? For instance, we'll take an example. Remember this: V is equal to I times R, right? So this was a formula that represented like how electricity behaves, right? So basically, the voltage in a circuit is equal to the current flowing through it times the resistance of the circuit in ohms. Yeah. So this equation tells you how current behaves, and you can repeat your experiments. It's the same, right? So whatever you do, and then when you want to invent new things, you can plug in these formulas and they always work out, right? Similarly, many other formulas, like remember guys, and for for force, we had a formula like force equals mass times acceleration, right? So this was like force exerted by any object is equal to mass times its acceleration. So for instance, a moving car, when it hits a wall, so when it hits a wall, the force that is exerted is its mass times its acceleration, right? So these formulas, guys, they were for different disciplines, okay? And even like when you get into complex scenarios, like let's say general theory of relativity that Einstein he put together a formula where he figured it out by putting space and time together, and yeah, it's a complex thing. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that for everything there was a set of formulas that govern how things behave, right? And even in the quantum world we have these formulas also, right? And then the quantum field, in the quantum world, the particles, they behave in a separate way, in a different way to the physical world. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that, guys, that there are formulas that you can use to predict it behavior, because it's basically the laws of the universe, okay? So similarly, guys, there is something called Fibonacci, okay, and that's all. Then this formula also, guys, it's everywhere in the universe, in the world, in life. This Fibonacci series, it's also in Forex, okay? So I wanted to talk to you guys about Fibonacci today, and what this formula is and how it relates to different things in life and Forex, okay? So okay guys, so let's get into this. So I will clear everything out. So Fibonacci, guys, okay, it is a set of numbers that was actually discovered by an Italian mathematician. Let me bring up Google. Fibonacci. No. So this guy here, guys, so it is an Italian mathematician, from Republic of Pisa. I think probably Leaning Tower of Pisa, I guess. Remember the Leaning Tower of Pisa, so that's where Pisa is. Considered to be the most talented Western mathematician of the Middle Ages. The name he is commonly called Fibonacci was made up in 1838 by Franco-Italian historian. Anyway, guys, it's hard for me to spell that name. But anyway, guys, you can research into him. Okay. So he discovered that. Let me go back to my whiteboard. That if, for instance, he discovered a progression. Okay, where let's say we'll label them like A1, okay, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, so on and so forth. Okay, so it can go to infinity. So his formula in this progression was for any number that you want to find out, let's say A5, okay, A5 will be A4, the previous number plus the even the previous number before that. So it will be A4 plus A3. Okay. So let's write this progression down, and it always starts off with 1, and then you got 1 and 1. Okay, it always starts off with 1 and 1. So you add 1. A1 is 1, A2 is 1, and to get A3 you add A2 plus A1, which is 1 and 1. You get 2. Okay, and then to get A4 you add A3 plus A2. So to get the next number, you just add these two, so you get 3, so on and so forth. You get the point, right, guys? So next number will be 3 plus 2. Okay, and next number will be 5 plus 3, which is 8. Next number will be 5 plus 8, which is, it's a very simple progression, where you just keep adding, and 13 plus 8, okay, 21, and again continue to infinity. You can continue that to infinity. So this, he discovered it, guys, and this progression, you can find it in many things in life. Okay, guys, we'll get into that, and then from this formula, actually there is another ratio that can be derived from this series, which is the golden ratio, they call it. Okay, so some people call it the divine ratio. Okay, basically for the ratio, it's written usually as phi, not pi. Phi, you basically just divide the numbers. Okay, so it will be if any two consecutive numbers, let's say A4 divided by A5. Okay, since it's a ratio, you can do it both ways, but anyway, so this ratio is usually equal to 0.618. It's a long number, but I've rounded it up to 3 decimal places. And most of these numbers, if you do, let's say if you divide 13 by 21, it will always come to 0.618. okay, at least nearby there. They might oscillate between 0.61, 0.615, 0.617, but they always try to come to this number. And if you divide the bigger number by the smaller number, you'll get 1.618, which is the same. Okay, so basically the fraction is the same. It's a ratio. Okay, so yeah, so this is the Fibonacci series. Okay, F for Fibonacci. This is the Fibonacci series. Okay, and this is the golden ratio, and it's derived from dividing any two numbers, okay, in two consecutive numbers. So this, guys, this golden ratio and this Fibonacci can be found in many things in life. So let's get into it, and we'll see where we can find these formulas. Okay. Okay. So let's start off from a very big scale. We'll start from the from a galaxy's perspective, like a galaxy. Let's see, Fibonacci in. It's basically a universal code that's, you know, it's like a mathematical code that's in everything. It's it's a law that the universe follows. Okay. So anyway, so okay guys, so look at these examples. Okay, so this galaxy, it's taken billions of years to form, and it has followed a Fibonacci sequence, its spiral, the spirals in the galaxy. Okay, so these boxes here are actually just areas. It's the same sequence, but they started off with a 1 square centimeter area, and then, you know, increased it by the Fibonacci series, and then when you draw a spiral across it, it'll fit these galaxy spirals. Isn't that amazing, guys? You know how in the universe, when this galaxy was formed, it followed a pattern and a mathematical code, which is this Fibonacci series. And even down to a solar system. So anyway, there's so many examples of galaxies, right? So different galaxies, they all follow this. It doesn't matter what galaxy, our galaxy, there's billions of galaxies out there, and when they're forming, they follow this Fibonacci series, guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So and it's in our solar system. Okay, Fibonacci. And when you get to a smaller scale, it's just amazing how it's like you know, it's in everything. It's like a universal. That's why I call it a universal code. Fibonacci solar system. See, all the solar system periods fit the Fibonacci system. So do some research into this, guys. It's very interesting. Okay, we don't need to get into everything. So even in our planet, let's say even weather patterns, like the lunar cycles, they all, you know, it's crazy how everything just fits together. Even on like weather patterns, if you know the spirals that you see from satellite images, they also follow the same Fibonacci sequence, the golden ratio, the divine ratio. So look at this. It's so these spirals that form out of the storms, these huge mega storms, follow this Fibonacci series. It's crazy, guys. When I came across all this, I was just blown away. So it's in the weather patterns, even our lunar cycle, so it's linked to us. And also, guys, it's in life. That's another amazing thing, like Fibonacci in life images. So you know how a shell grows, it follows this Fibonacci pattern. Okay, this spiral. The spirals in these sunflowers, you know, these spirals radiating out, they follow a Fibonacci pattern. And if you count this number of petals, guarantee you it'll be a Fibonacci number, a number in the Fibonacci series. Like, let's look at a smaller flower, because a flower that we can count petals on. So here we go. Oh, here we go with Fibonacci's photo here. So for instance, this flower here, 1 2 3 4 5, So if you go back to our Fibonacci series, here we go. You got threes, sorry, five is part of the Fibonacci series. You cannot have 6 or 7 petals. Okay, it will always follow this Fibonacci series. And then this flower here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 10 11 12 13. Okay, 13 is, again, we're going back to our Fibonacci series. It's part of the series. So always guys, life follows it. So it's just, you know, mind-boggling. It's in human beings also, like our ratios. Let's look at some examples, guys. It's in our DNA. I'll come back to the DNA, but look at our ratios, like even our face. Look at how, you know, our ears, the face, everything is linked by this formula. It's just crazy. Your knuckle lengths, your arm lengths. I saw an example somewhere before. Let's try hands, because I've yeah, here we go. So if you take the ratios of, you know, the smaller knuckle with the bigger knuckle, it'll be one of those golden ratios. Okay, and even from your tip of your wait, let's go back to so anyway, guys, you get the point. It's in our human body also, everywhere, our proportions. Okay, that was a nice example I wanted to show you guys, but I cannot seem to see it. No, okay, that's fine. So anyway, guys, and this is how those areas are formed, right? 1 plus 1, and then 2 3 5, and then you draw those spiral into those areas. I think it was a drawing by Da Vinci, where he Fibonacci Da Vinci drawing. Here we go. I think it was this one. It's in our human body, basically from your tip of your head to the navel, and the navel to your tip of your leg is also a Fibonacci series, a golden ratio, guys. Okay, it's amazing. Yeah, it's just like the connection. You know, when I made the connection through all these in life, I just got blown away, man. So anyway, so it's in DNA. Let's have a look at the DNA helix, that double helix that we have in our bodies, in our cells. Okay, it follows the Fibonacci series. Yeah, here we go. So these are the ratios: 0.618, or and this is 0.382. And even here 0.618. Isn't that crazy, guys? So it's in the universe, it's in life, it's in our solar system. Our lunar cycles coincide with it. And also, guys, the ancient people, they knew about this. They incorporated this golden ratio into a lot of their buildings. Okay, monuments ratio. For instance, the pyramid builders, okay, they incorporated the golden ratio into the height, and I think height versus the base, the half of the base or something. But look it up, guys, it's very interesting. I think these are Greek monuments. Yeah, and they have golden ratios in their architecture. Okay, so they knew about this. It's a universal code, and they incorporated incorporated into their buildings, guys. And even nowadays, most world-renowned modern architects, they use this golden ratio in their buildings. Look, even the Eiffel Tower, they've used the golden ratio, because when you build something with this golden ratio, there's something that's pleasing to your eye. Subconsciously, humans see it, we recognize this. We recognize it in music, in architecture. For instance, like when you hear a song, you know it's nice and it's not out of tune. That means it's following this code, and it sounds nice to us. Subconsciously, we know it. So because of that, architects, when they build something, they use this golden ratio to make things look more pleasing to our eyes and to our mind. It's in the Taj Mahal. It's just it's everywhere, and it's amazing how all these ancient people, they knew about all this. So anyway, guys, so you get the point. It's a code. It's a mathematical language. It's a universal, like a thing. It's like a universal translator. It's in everything, okay, and it is in Forex. So let's get to our Forex charts, and I'll show you what I mean by this. So yeah, guys, okay. So let's get into where we can find this chart. Sorry, the Fibonacci series in our charts in Forex. Okay. So in Forex, in the leg counting, okay, and in the retracement levels. So there is something called the Fibonacci retracement tool in MT4, MT5, or it might be provided by your broker's platform. So if you put that Fibonacci tool from your tip to the bottom of your move, okay, so the move started here, right, and then ended up here. Look at where we retrace to, and these levels that's been drawn, it's been drawn using this Fibonacci series. So most of the time, not most of the time, like if the retracements, they will try to turn around in these areas, okay, and this market came to 50% area and then turned around, okay. And people who actually do Fibonacci retracement, they don't even bother selling this if the market retraces beyond the 61.8 area, which means the momentum to go south is gone. So within this area is very, it's a golden, okay, it's a golden trade where you can take the trade and ride the second leg, okay. Isn't that amazing, guys? How this tool was calculated using Fibonacci. And so let's look at the next move. So next move is from here all the way to here, right? And look at, this move came all the way to here, and look at where it retraced back to. Sorry, I'll just draw it properly to the tip, right? Look at where it retraced back to 61% area, and then bang down for your third leg, okay. So these legs, guys, okay, let me get my pen out. These legs, okay, we call them rallies, legs, whatever you want to call them, okay. This move, it came down in 3 legs, right? And this number 3, you will see it in many times in Forex, okay, and it's a Fibonacci number. So the number of legs and so let's look at more examples anyway. You see number 3 is a Fibonacci number. Okay. Let's look at more examples, guys, okay. let's bring up another pair. Like let's look at AUD dollar. Okay, here we go. There's a move down here from top to here to the bottom. Look at where the market turned around from, rally down, retracement, 61% area, bang. Okay, let's look at a buy example. Okay, we've been looking at sell. So there are guys who actually solely trade Fibonacci retracement. Okay, this is also a swing, so but it's a bit messy, but we can draw it. Okay, here we go. We went from bottom here to the tip here, and then retraced around about the 50% area. Actually, this is 38% area, and then turned around. Nothing close beyond this 38. Even this green candle, it opened here and then ended up closing further up. So this 38% area held this market, and then again later on, look at what happened. Let's look at more nice examples. This is not really it's a messy market, the area. Yeah, there's a nice swing here. Let's draw our fibs. Okay, exactly 38 point something, 38.2, right? Yeah, here we go. And then went up for your second rally. So yeah guys, isn't this amazing? How there's a code that links everything in life. Okay, it just like, as I said earlier, there are different formulas for explaining different things. This Fibonacci basically explains the behavior of this the forex markets, and also behavior of life. How a flower grows, how many petals are there, and then in forex, how many in a trend, how many legs are there, how the trend grows, all follows the Fibonacci series, how the retracement works out. And there's another tool you can check how the timings of these moves. Okay, so if you use a Fibonacci tool for that, for instance, okay, so you had a swing here, and look at where the next sell swing came out, right on a Fibonacci level. I personally don't use this for trading, guys, but just letting you know that even for time you can use that. Okay, and guys, because of this universal code, you can trade. Once you master one, like let's say foreign exchange trading, you can trade any instrument. You can trade stocks, you can trade Bitcoin. They all follow these rules. Yeah. So yeah guys, it's very important topic to think about. Have a think about it. Do some research for yourself. Go on Google, find out what this Fibonacci series is, how it's linked to life. I was blown away when I came across this. I came across it, as I said earlier, through my forex journey. Nobody taught me this. I made the connection on my own, guys, and I was just blown away. I was like, how is this possible? And yeah, I mean, it makes sense, because at the end of the day, trading is people's emotions, people's knowledge, and yeah, it follows a certain pattern that's it's hard coded in the universe. Okay guys, so yeah, hope this topic shed some light, guys, about trading. Okay, so if you like the video, guys, please do hit the thumbs up button, and share the video with your fellow colleagues and fellow traders. And yeah guys, thanks for joining in. See you next time. Bye for now.